Right, let me share a word or two about Syria. So, well, things I've been told I want to share with you. And this from a Sunni source. The Hayat Tahrir Sham HTS are taking over towns, claiming the assets of the old people that escaped, that ran away, you know. The focus is on the coast. They want to control the East Mediterranean on behalf of Turkey. In Latakia, they train children to attack Jerusalem and Cyprus. I'm just giving you the words of this particular Sunni, who was an HTS supporter, his earlier incarnation. They are opening Islamic institutions in Latakia, twinning towns with towns in Turkey. The radical wing of the Islamists are from Turkestan. Now the Muslim Brotherhood has a chapter. The radical wing of the Islamists are from Turkestan. That's what it said. Now the Muslim Brotherhood has a chapter in each city under the protection of the HTS. They prepare themselves for the election. That's the forthcoming election, ostensible election, that's supposed to take place. They relocate people from Idlib to Tartus, and they will be the candidates. In other words, they relocate individuals from Idlib, where they have a strong base, to Tartus to be the candidates in Tartus so they can stand for election, so that they have their chosen ones to stand. Some officers accompany the army soldiers when they enter houses to claim assets, so houses that have been, people have left. So who accompanies the army soldiers? Well, this is gossip from the Sunni community. They are Saudis, Qataris, and Turks. They wear masks. They can tell they're Saudis, Qataris, and Turks. They tell from their accent, right? They accompany the army. The army they wear masks to hide their identity, but they're from the intelligence services. The army officers know that they're from the intelligence services of Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Turkey, respectively. This guy was complaining about Erdogan, the son of Erdogan and the son-in-law of Erdogan. They're taking over much of the business, and they even supply Syrian vegetables to Israel. $4 billion has been transferred from Turkish Cyprus from Syria. Well, that's been noted by Reuters reports and so on. They prepare themselves for the future transformation of Turkey. The port in Latakia, the port is run by Kataib al-Banawi, the brother-in-law of al-Shara. But the problem is that nobody in positions of responsibility, whether port or the airport, knows how to run anything, because it's not their job from the past. So there are now no proper services. So there we go. Also noted that Nidal Maklouf has a YouTube channel that is quite well looked at. So, I mean, is that relevant? Maybe not. Let's just move forward now to other thoughts and comments that have come through to me and see what you think about this. So, Syria. A friend of mine was saying, this is another Sunni, but from Daraa this time. Syria is much easier to control if it is divided. The first scapegoats are the people of Daraa, because the Israelis with their troops are coming and arresting people. Why? Because Western Daraa is a source, is Western Daraa province, she means, is the source of the Yarmouk, which feeds Daraa. The Israelis want this. Well, of course, I don't think that's even likely, but that the Israelis care about the source of the Yarmouk. Well, perhaps they do. It feeds Jordan eventually. Anyway, I think the Israelis, they're out of hegemonic power grabbing, and they were never going to go. Yeah, another white friend. There are atrocities that are taking place. Some factions don't want people to realize the reality of the situation. The reality is that HTS's days are numbered. Do you think he's daydreaming? HTS, Territorial Sham's days are numbered. That's the government. The idea is being spread, and he regards the fact that the idea is being spread that the HTS days are numbered as favouring the HES because it saps the will of anybody to remove them. Well, there we go, maybe. Anyone who goes to the governor of this or that province to complain is told, "You are crazy, wait for the change to come," says my Alawite friend. Most Syrians want to keep Syria united and not see it become like Lebanon. Well, I'm sure that's true. But how we live with these people, what we've got is not a recipe for stability. The Druze are suffering just like the Alawites. Back to a Sunni voice, I mean, the new government is struggling to manage democracy. The Shiite voice, it's not just the lack of money, it's the lack of inclusivity that the lack of inclusivity is actually hampering the new government, and yet it's from the new government. So these are some of the reactions now to the situation. Is the new government going to fall? Well, I tell you, one of the wisest commentators I know on Syria said to me, the problem is they don't have any money to pay their malicious soldiers and so on. I said, come on, Qatar has pledged billions. Yes, he said, but it's not come. It's not coming. The problem is they have no money. They haven't received any aid. They will not pass New Year. Will not pass New Year? Well, we'll see how it goes. That's an interesting suggestion. What's clear is that the new government of Shara has been brutal towards the Alawites, towards the Druze, towards it's not reaching an accommodation with the Kurds. It's salted away billions. It's so corrupt. Money is going overseas like there's no tomorrow. I don't see that this new government will give up power, but it's certainly not going about it the right way to sustain a Syria that is viable for the future. I mean, you need a kind of inclusive approach. Even Bashar al-Assad and his forebears they had their groups they were close to, the Christians, the Druze, and so forth. They even reached a kind of an accommodation with the Kurds. I beg your pardon, not with the Turks, the Kurds. This new government is in a mess. Syria's in a mess. It's miserable, and it needs a better tomorrow. Will it get it? What do you think? I'm not encouraged, really. I am not, and I want to wish for a daydream. I want to wish for a better tomorrow, as do you. But much of the Middle East is being wrecked. Let's hope, let's pray that common sense will prevail. We might see a more inclusive government in Syria, and we might see a better tomorrow. Because in the name of God, we need one, don't we?